Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeridan Conde and you are watching Tito Fit. And in today's video, we are gonna talk about a new shoe, a new daily trainer for all of you runnerists out there. And this is a relatively new shoe that's been released by New Balance. And this is the New Balance Fuelcell Rebel version 5. And this colorway is called Angora with Earth Shadow and Sea Salt. So it's actually the colorway that I was really looking forward to when I first saw the shoe being teased on some Instagram pages that were specifically showing running shoe releases that will be coming in the upcoming months. So I got this shoe and I'm quite excited about it. I haven't had a pure daily trainer in a while. So this shoe is meant for you to do most of your daily runs in, most of your easy runs in. Although it can be also used for some of your speed sessions since the foams are quite responsive. We'll get to that more in a bit. So some stats about the shoe. There is a 30 to 24 millimeter stack height. So 30 in the back, 24 in the front. That goes for a 6 millimeter heel drop, which is consistent with a lot of the competition in the same segment across the daily trainer range with other brands. So that's more of a neutral ride, I would say. It uses the patented Fuelcell foam of New Balance, which is basically a TPU/EVA based foam, as compared to their Supercell foam, which is used in their faster race shoes, which is PIBA based. This one is a little bit less responsive and less plush than those Supercell Elite or SC trainer shoes, but it's meant to take a beating a lot more. So you can definitely run a lot more in this. It's a little bit more rigid as compared to those Supercell foams, but it does slot above their fresh foam line, which is to be meant for their more recovery type runs or more comfort or walking and that type of thing. We're looking at a phantom fit construction on the upper, which is basically a lightweight, breathable, engineered mesh, which has hardly any stitching or sewing on it. So that phantom fit is a technique they use to make the upper, which has no sewing in it. So it actually says phantom fit out here. The eyelets for the laces are somewhat locked down as compared to some of its competitors. Looking at you, Evo SL. I prefer that lockdown for the laces, which gives you more secure fit in the upper. Let's move on to the design of the shoe. I really like the design. When the shoe was first teased, they would show either pictures of this colorway or the red colorway, the more red colorway, and I really wanted this colorway. But some of you people might prefer the red colorway. It's a little bit more eye-catching, it's a little bit more flashy, but I like my shoes, just a little bit more toned down. That's personal preference, of course. Looking at the design, as compared especially to the previous version of the Rebel, this one looks a little bit more lifestyle oriented and has a cues to like throwback sneaker designs of the past. This shoe, you can definitely wear this as a lifestyle shoe, much like its competitor, the Adidas Evo SL, which is basically being used as a lifestyle shoe nowadays. We're gonna try this shoe in a bit and I'm gonna tell you how it feels like just for the initial feel. Of course, we'll have another video for the long-term feel, and maybe let me know if you want a comparison with other shoes, other daily trainers if you have them, and we'll try to get that. We'll try to get more shoes for us to review here. Again, I'm not a purely long-distance runner. I would consider myself more a hybrid athlete. I do CrossFit. I've been switching more to Hyrox lately. I haven't been competing in any CrossFit or functional fitness competitions, but Hyrox has had my attention, and I do have a speed shoe for Hyrox. I use the Puma DV8 Nitro 3. I also have the previous model of that, the DV8 Nitro 2. I've been looking for something that I could use more for the daily runs without the aggressiveness of a carbon plate. This one made my list and I eventually found myself choosing it. So after giving it a short go on a treadmill, nonetheless, a manual treadmill, something without a motor, I can tell that it's a bit responsive as compared to my recovery shoe, which was a Hoka Bondi, and that one felt really plush, really comfortable. So if I'm comparing this one definitely gives you more response when you run. So my problem with that shoe was that even if you wanted to go a little bit quicker, it just took too long. The foam was too plush. With this one, I definitely feel the response without the rigidity or the propulsion that a plate gives you, that a carbon plate gives you. So definitely I can compare the feeling between wearing this and my carbon plated shoes. I have a Nike Alpha Fly. I have two versions of the Puma Deviate Nitro. So those are my basis for comparing this, and it's good. It's good. You know, it's not as rigid as those shoes, but at the same time bouncy enough. Try to give it a longer run. I'll try to give you guys some feedback on that in a later video. So stay tuned for that. At first, initially, when I locked down the laces and started walking, I thought there was like a hot spot somewhere near the top lace, so somewhere here with the tongue. But when I started running, I didn't feel it at all. There was no discomfort as far as that was concerned. So we'll see tomorrow when I give it a go on a longer run. Then I'll tell you about it in a later video. I'll try to give you guys a video once the shoe has gotten, you know, some decent mileage on it. Hopefully at least about 50 to 100 kilometers. And then I'll give you guys some feedback on it. So this shoe, the New Balance Fuelcell Rebel V5, retails for $140 US. If you're in the Philippines, it sells for 9,295 Philippine pesos at New Balance stores. Now, that's a very strange pricing strategy if you ask me. The Adidas Adizero Evo SL, which is this direct competitor to this shoe, retails for $150 US. So it's $10 more expensive than this shoe in the US and probably the rest of the world where they ship coming from the US site. Here in the Philippines, we get the Evo SLs for only 8,000 pesos. If I was to convert, it's more expensive by about 20 bucks. 9,295. That's 1,295 pesos more. That's about $20 more expensive. So if you look at it, the price that this sells for in the Philippines is actually a bit more expensive than the Evo SLs. You may want to keep that in consideration. You want either of those two shoes. The Evo SL is a bit cheaper, whereas in the US, it's a bit more expensive. I don't really understand pricing strategy for different regions. The shoe is very light. It weighs almost exactly the same as the Evo SL. Size 9 comes in at about 240 grams or about 8 ounces, and the Evo SL is very, very close to that if I'm not mistaken. So there's your comparison. Other shoes that you may want to consider in the same, you know, across different brands. So like I mentioned, the Adizero Evo SL, and then the Asics Nova Blast 5 is also one that you may want to consider. The Hoka Clifton 10 is also another shoe that you may want to consider if you're looking for a daily trainer type, or if you want the Puma Velocity Nitro. That is probably the best one as far as budget is concerned. That's probably going to come in the cheapest. So it really depends on your needs. That's it. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. This channel, we talk about fitness, we talk about lifestyle, we talk about living your best life as a tito. Come for the gym reviews, come for the shoe reviews, whatever you're into, make sure to check it out. Thank you.